Welcome back, everybody. It has once again been too long, and I'm pretty sure it's not even Friday anymore while I'm recording this, so this definitely won't even be uploaded on Friday. But welcome back to 5 Minute Friday. Anyway, so the book I've been reading this week is Jaws. As you can see, this isn't my usual thickness of a book. Maybe it is, I don't know. This was a bit shorter, maybe 160 pages or so, but I'm very busy this week, up on a mission in Edinburgh, so yeah, I just got back today and I'm knackered, and I'm also in my pajamas, so what you gonna do? Anyway, let's get to it. This book is about Jaws, not the shark you may be thinking of. It's actually about teeth. You heard me right. Why are teeth crooked? Is that a question anyone has begun to ask? I mean, previously, when we look back on tribes' teeth, we notice that they tend to be perfect, straight aligned, perfect dental arches, and a wide palate. This is one of the theories as to why we think our teeth are crooked and misshapen now. So, due to the industrialization of food and change in what we eat, we chew less. We've also moved into houses and which are very stuffy, causing blocked nose and people to breathe out their mouths. Perhaps it's because maybe a child has a pet, which means they can't breathe through their nose, so they breathe through their mouth the whole time growing up, and it completely changes the way your face forms and your teeth form. It's not just random chance. Some of it might be genetic, but largely it's because of environmental factors. Anyway, this is a hugely interesting book. I recommend you go read it if you're just curious about human evolution and want the best for your children or yourself. See what you can do about stuff. Highly recommend reading it. Just general information. Interesting. I found it very interesting. Anyway, podcast I've been watching this week was one with Alex Hormozy and Chris Williamson. My usual go-to. 4 hours long. I watched it down on the way to Edinburgh, so that kept me company. The first thing I want to talk about is you can't have everything. I just want to let you guys know that, because damn, I wish I could have everything, but I know I can't. When you make a decision to do something, you're not only choosing to do that thing, you're choosing to ignore doing everything else. You know, you can't play football and be a cricket player and be a swimmer and be a tennis player and be a snooker player and be a darts player. You can't do all of that. At least maybe not to a high level. You could play them all, probably in your week. You just probably wouldn't be any good at any of them. Sometimes the training sessions will probably clash. I don't know. But you can't do everything. And I find it difficult to understand, because there's lots of different opinions on the internet about the quote, "Jack of all trades, master of none." Apparently it goes on to say, but the jack of all trades is somehow better than the master of one. That's the end of the quote that you don't often hear. I think that's right. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah. I understand that directing your attention across multiple domains decreases your output within the domain. No, you're not as coherent and informed and technical and competent at this thing because you're spreading yourself thinner. I feel as though that a lot of things that you do are linked. Say if you're good at maths, that's a very general thing to be good at, because that means you're good at problem solving, because you've got to analyse the maths. You're good at recognising, thinking quickly on your feet. You're good at recognising patterns, understanding and absorbing information quickly, interpreting questions. There's a whole bunch of other things which go into being good at maths, you know? It's not just one thing. So I feel like very similarly in life with other things, it is a chain of events and things which you are good at, which then sequence to form a coherent person or someone who is successful, whatever that means to you, or someone who's just good at something. Anyway, got my little notes here. Pen is very thin, so I keep running out, so I can barely tell what I was writing. But the last thing I want to go over is, what would you with a mustache be doing right now? This is my mustache. Not sure how good that looks, I can't really tell. Oh, Argentina almost scored. I'm just watching the World Cup, so excuse me. You with the mustache. That version is you who knows every weakness and flaw that you have and is constantly out to get you, to be better than you. What would that version of yourself be doing right now? How would they be behaving? And it's kind of a way to compete with yourself instead of envying other people and being jealous of other people. Think about yourself. I mean, you spend enough time doing it anyway. 90% of your day is all self-contained thoughts about yourself and what you want to do. I mean, it's how we evolved to survive. But imagine you with a mustache. What would you do to beat that person? What would they do? They know your every weakness and flaw, and that you spend too much time scrolling on the toilet. That guy, to beat you, he wouldn't even touch his phone in the toilet. He'd have timers, limits, everything. What you gotta do to make that improvement. Anyway, that's it for today. I'm probably keeping my family up because it's late, and yeah, I need to watch Argentina. I've got money on this game. Come on, Messi. Even though I'm a Ronaldo fan, deep in heart. But yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next Friday. Hopefully, you'll also be there. Anyway.